We are answering the call.
Hey yo viewers, and welcome to another edition of an episode on this volume of a channel.
That's your voice.
Yeah.
On the hold system of the hospital we all work at.
Oh yeah.
Fun fact, Jared is the recording when you call the outpatient clinic saying, if you need to talk to a nephrologist. That's not what he says.
I don't know, something.
But you get to hear
like
Jared. It's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, we're here going to talk about a large task that we have before us. I know it's the off season of runDisney. We just came off of Springtime Surprise. But registration comes well in advance, as most of you know, for runDisney, and we are registered for Dopey, kind of. We are registered through Kellsie's Hope Foundation.
Right. We don't have a registration link yet.
We have not raised enough money yet, which we will get to in a little bit,
yes.
won't we?
We will.
Yeah, you can get stuff like what is being worn right now.
Look at that. PR and fun swag.
Yeah, par and fun also. Look at that.
For all you golfers out there.
Yeah, all of you that are clamoring for more golf content. So, anywho's, we are kind of registered for Dopey. We're also registered for the Disneyland races.
How many are we registered for?
Which one?
Disneyland.
Disneyland, I'm registered for all 3 races.
All 3 races.
I'm registered for 2 and we'll be fundraising for 1.
That's good.
So you know what that means.
You know, there's something that we like to call this challenge. It's, first of all, let's take a step back. I believe we were at the Disney place when it was announced that Disneyland was going to be the week after Dopey.
I think we were at Dopey. Weren't we at Dopey?
We were at something, and I was like, no, that's dumb. We're not going to do that.
I remember walking out of the Germany bathrooms, and you were like holding your phone with a look of utter disdain on your face. And you were like, the Disneyland races are less than a week after Dopey. And we're like, we're not going.
Yeah,
That's dumb.
It wasn't like a great deal of disappointment or anything. It was like, okay, we'll just wait till next year to
Go
do
on
it.
Castaway Key Challenge instead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was like, well, that's not on my list of things to do. It's too close.
And then what happened, Jar Oxen Spoon?
I don't know what the timeline was, but it was like, you know, maybe we can just do the half. We can do Dopey and then go out later that week, and then I'm like, why not just do the challenge? And then like maybe a couple days before registration, I'm like, let's throw the 5K and we can do Dopey, come home, do laundry, and then go straight to California. But I know some of you are going straight to California from Florida, so kudos to you for that.
What do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
How do you have that much time off?
What does your job think of that?
What is your boss think?
I know. I guess you could work remotely. That's a real thing that people do these days. Oh yeah, what does your boss think?
I don't know.
Hey, boss.
So yeah, we somewhere along the line, joie de vivre attacked, whimsy overcame us, and we are doing 7 races, 71 miles in 11 days. And what are we calling that, Mr. Spoon?
We call it Dopeyfornia.
Yes. Is it the Dopeyfornia Challenge or just Dopeyfornia?
Dopeyfornia.
Okay. We're doing.
Calling it Dopeyfornia.
We're doing. Is it something you do or attend? What's the proper complete?
It's an aura of
Aura. It's a choice. Is what it is.
It's a choice.
It's a choice you choose.
Yeah, it's a choice you choose, from running lots of miles to going to the opposite coast and running lots more miles. But Dopeyfornia, since I coined the term, I can define its parameters.
Okay.
So you don't have to do all 3 races in California. What I think Dopeyfornia is.
Wait, I kind of wish I knew that before. I mean, not that I am fundraising for a great cause for the 5K, but it would have been nice to just stick it with the challenge, like just do a challenge for once.
That's for a greater sense of accomplishment on that second-ish week of January 2024. But if you do the Dopey challenge, I think that's the one requirement, because it's called Dopeyfornia.
Dopeyfornia.
And then you go to California and do something that qualifies you for the coast to coast. I think that is, because I don't think many people, unless you weren't able to register, are going to do Dopey and then just go to California for the 5K, unless you like live there.
I guess. The only thing that would qualify you for the coast to coast is the half. So you
Yes.
have to do
So the half or the challenge.
Dopeyfornia is Dopeyfornia plus 13.1 plus whatever else you want.
Which means to get to the coast medal, you really do have to make it through that last race. Like, you have to finish it.
Yes.
So I was reliving a video from about this time last year called Dagnabbit, We're Doing Dopey Again, where the three of us plus the illustrious MK gathered and talked about how we're doing Dopey again.
Oh, it's a dead turtle. Oh, man.
That's so sad!
Oh, man.
Oh no, is that a sign? Is that like,
Dead
does that mean
turtle.
we have to get faster?
Oh, yeah. That'll be a dead turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I golfed the other day and there were 2 turtles and they went back into their little pond. No gators, but we have little turtles here.
Slowly but surely does not win the race against a car, evidently. That's not how that works.
Yeah, we saw ducks earlier and there's a turtle there. There's a body of water right there where hole 17 is. So
You know what that was? Not righteous.
Unrighteous.
Not righteous.
Oh.
Righteous. Not
That
righteous.
totally doesn't
Oh,
rock.
He was crushed.
Oh no.
Too soon.
Yeah, we did not film the turtle. Graphic.
He was crushed. So what I was saying, back to Dagnabbit, we're doing Dopey again. I was thinking like last year, we could talk about how Dagnabbit, we're doing Dopey again. And then I realized all of us in the last 5 years, we're doing something that hasn't been done by anyone who entered the runDisney ether in the last 5 years. We're doing 2 races, race weekends, less than a week apart.
So we invite all of you that are participating in this to join in under the Dopeyfornia banner. Yeah.
Hashtag Dopeyfornia.
Yeah, we'll have shirts available for that for purchase if you want. I'd give that ox and spoon at some point in the future.
Yes. Since we are raising money, again, for a worthy charity we've raised money for before, this will be my 3rd time running Dopey with Kelsie's Hope Foundation. And so we have gathered together as a team of slackers to raise money for this endeavor for our Dopey challenge. And just as we have in years past, we want to reward you for your giving. I mean, you can give and just donate just for funsies. That's great. But we have rewards for different donation levels, like PR and Fun shirts for, I believe, $50 donation. We have the opportunity to choose our fuel for a race. I believe we have like 3 or 4.
We have some good ideas. What are you tasked with so far?
I am tasked with eating some freeze-dried candy, which I'm very excited about. I do like a good little candy there, and also eating some ballpark fare.
Yes.
Excited about ballpark fare. Hope I don't die of some weird bacteria and or blah. But yeah.
My first challenge is to eat fettuccine Alfredo with Skittles.
During the Wine and Dine 5K.
I think so. So I may transport that in a large gallon Ziploc bag and just elf style, Buddy the Elf style, eat it. Who knows? We've also been tasked with eating baguettes and the gray stuff by Kayla Runs Disney.
Yeah, that'll be good.
So I don't know if we'll be able to get the actual gray stuff from Be Our Guest, but we'll get something gray.
We might have to cook it. We might have to make it.
Oreos mixed up with like a whipped cream.
Oh,
crushed Oreos
problem
with
solved.
There you
That's
go.
what
There
it
we go.
is. We can find the recipe on the interwebs.
We can buy some Cool Whip at
Yeah.
Publix and
Mash
Oreos
it-
and just mash
yeah.
it up.
Throw that stuff together.
So all this to say, there are opportunities. If you go to give.oxandspoon.com and you desire for a reward for your donation, go to give.oxandspoon.com and just search through what some of the options are. But there is a brand new donation reward option that we want to tell you about today, and it relates to the fact that we are training for a challenge the likes of which we have never done before. Mr. Spoon, do you want to talk about what kind of miles our viewers and friends, our literal dozens of viewers, can sponsor for us?
If some of you are listeners of the Rise and Run podcast,
Tremendous.
there was a May 11th episode where yours truly was on there, and they talked about training for Dopey and such, and I was like, my training doesn't start till November, which isn't a total lie. but that's not, don't listen to anything I'm saying. Yeah, it's
Last
just
year, The first half marathon you ran after Princess was Wine and Dine.
Guess that was the longest training run until then.
Yeah.
I know I have to train more this time, so it's not anything.
Unforeseen challenge.
Yes, not anything I'm saying to follow.
Remember, you have to make it through the last race to get your coast to coast.
Yes, that is true. We've got 3 more races to tack on this time.
So how can the viewers help you, Mr. Spoon? How can they help you with the endeavor that's ahead?
So, other people have sponsored race miles, but we're not going to do that. We're going to sponsor training miles. And what that entails is you can pay money and I will be forced to run those miles. And some of you, that may be of no interest to you at all. But what's the price tag on that?
$25.
Make Jar run a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$25 per mile. You can sponsor a training mile, and please donate for Kelsey's Hope Foundation, but also donate so I don't worry about Jar Ox and Spoon's well-being.
Yes, please.
During Dopeyfornia.
And
Please.
Kelsey's Hope Foundation is a wonderful, worthy cause.
Yes.
Providing research for childhood cancer, providing funds for that, and scholarships for nurses. Like, we know school's expensive. It's
Yeah.
hard. And we need nurses here in this country. If you're in healthcare, you know that. So, support Kelsey's Hope Foundation, and support the Slackers, and support Jar running, because he needs to.
Running. And it will be a mile, it'll be a run, walk, run. You can, now you're running, now you're walking. You don't have to run the whole mile.
I'll get the mileage. You know, you may ask, like, why don't you make it $10? Because I don't want someone donating $100 and have to go 10 miles in June.
So here's how it's gonna work. If you want to donate $25 toward a mile, starting as soon as June. Now, I do believe Mr. Spoon has requested a cap per month. What do we
Oh, I'll
decide?
take it down if it's too much.
We're deciding maximum 30 miles per month.
Do I even do that on my hardest training? I don't know.
We do that.
I mean, I don't know how many miles you actually complete during the training runs that the rest of us do. So there's that.
So,
And also, you're not only helping him train, but you're also helping us so that we don't feel like we're having to like worry about his well-being.
and character stop concierging.
Yes.
It gets tiring.
It's very tiring.
We need Jar Ox and Spoon back in the character stop realm.
If you look at old videos, like me and J. Crow are running and doing those character stops, but I've lost a step or two over the last few years, so I need to be motivated. Motivate me, y'all. Internet
Please.
people.
Please, because I'm pretty sure, sidebar earmuffs, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna devote himself to training before November if he doesn't have people who he needs to reward.
Yeah.
We tried to do an intervention and it didn't.
We did at lunch today. We tried. We were met with smiley silence.
Like this.
Yeah. Because in the summer months, you know where I'd rather be? Right here on hole 1. Even though, as you may have watched the golf videos, I am terrible. But look at that. Hole 1, hole 18 right there. Another little fundraiser that we'll have on the site is to get J. Crow back on the channel.
There is an imminent J. Crow return. It's in the works. But the sooner, if you donate, maybe it'll come sooner. I don't know.
Yeah. J. Crow, you can also donate if you
Yeah.
watch these videos still.
Welcome on the channel anytime, J. Crow.
He is registered for Wine and Dine, so
Yes.
he'll be there for Wine and Dine.
Jar still is friends with him. If you've listened to that Rise and Run podcast, he still is friends.
Apparently he shaved his mustache. I don't know
I
if
don't
that's
know.
true or not. He
Again,
wouldn't send us a picture.
We have not seen the actual proof, so it has not happened yet.
So we'll have lots of opportunities, viewer, for you to be rewarded for donating to a very, very, very worthy foundation. There will be perhaps more shirts in the future. We'll be
Yes.
advertising.
Yeah.
Other sports apparel.
Sports.
Sports.
Yeah.
Sports. It's my sports song. Sports. We're participating in sport.
We're athletes.
We are. Since we're all 3 of us here, and I do love a good thought and or feeling. Jez, what are your thoughts and feelings about taking on the Dopeyfornia challenge?
Well, friends, I didn't want to do Dopey again, but I also wanted a third set of ears to hang with my Dopey, my marathon ears. I don't think the reality of what we've actually signed up for is really going to set in until about the time that we're on the plane heading home for the 2 days that we're going to be home for. And we realize that we're probably going to be in pain.
2 days?
Because marathons hurt. Even half marathons hurt. So I am approaching this with apprehension, knowing that there is a long road of summer training ahead. And I would like for Jar to join us in that summer training.
But I need to work on my swing, my golf swing.
So do I. Mine's not good either.
What are your thoughts and feelings about taking on the Dopeyfornia challenge?
Well, the Dopeyfornia challenge is special in one way because all three of us began our Run Disney careers at Disneyland.
It's true.
Yeah, with the Tiny Castle. My first race was the 2017 Disneyland 5K.
Mine was the 2016 Disneyland 10K.
In 2017 Disneyland 10K.
So we all began there, and now the majority of them are done at Disney World. So going back to the DL, it'll be a nice change of Run Disney again. And I think in a future episode we'll get into more of what we can maybe expect.
As people who've done
Yeah.
it before.
Yeah, we'll have others on that have also done Disneyland races to kind of talk about it. Because just one thing that's going to be different is the expo at Disney World is.
We really don't know how they're gonna do it.
Yeah. It's not at a sprawling sports complex. It was in like a parking garage.
It was in a parking garage, and yeah, I'm very curious. Be curious, as the youth would say.
Yeah. So we will save that for a future episode. Maybe next week. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
So what other thoughts and feelings do you have about taking on the Dopeyfornia challenge?
I think it's a lot of miles. I think 48.6 is a lot, but then usually after Dopey, like you're kind of brain dead for a few days. You can't walk downstairs for a while. But then I got to take a plane home, do some laundry, take another plane, and then possibly walk up more stairs at the Disneyland place. So it's a lot of challenge, but it'll be a lot of fun.
Our hotel has elevators.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. There could be stairs.
but we have to walk like
Yeah.
a mile
It's true, we have
to the
walk
park
a mile,
entrance.
But we have to walk a mile to the start line at Disney World. Silly.
That's going to be one of
Get
the
it,
big
but it's
differences for us is that, we don't go to Disneyland every full moon. So we're going to want to hit the parks, even though it's a race weekend. So,
Yeah. And it seems like there's a lot of people that are doing the Disneyland race that have not been to Disneyland before too. So
Correct.
I can see that happening. A lot of sleepy mornings.
Just remember, the castle's little. It's little.
I also don't know if the Disneyland place is ready because they're small. And it's going to be full of Run Disney people. I don't think you'll be able to go 30 feet without finding a friend in a Dopey Flex shirt. This is not, or maybe PR and Fun shirt. Oh,
Yeah.
let's PR and Fun the parks. Yeah. There are no less than 3 videos of me on the internet, not including the multiple times I say it in your marathon recap, of me saying I'm never doing this again immediately after finishing Dopey. No less than 3. I have video evidence that I thought Dopey was a terrible idea to repeat, and yet, here we are. I'm repeating it, and not only that, tacking on an extra 22.4 within the next week. So, I'm a little, interested in how this training cycle is going to go. A little nervous, but I know I will train. I have trained, and I know that no matter what occurs, I will PR and Fun somehow, some way. So I'm looking forward to the training cycle, even though it's hard. I'm looking forward to hopefully as many of you as possible donating to Jared's training miles so that he can be ready. I mean, again, he's the most innately athletic of all of us. 'Cause he trains the least and still finishes strong. I think there are going to be a lot of memories made this year in these next 7 months, friends. And will there be music?
Music?
Music.
Oh, what kind of music?
What kind? Well, it has become sort of practice now that there may be a few songs that get dropped by Jar of Oxen Spoon. So look forward to that, viewers. When, I don't know. I'm just the drummist.
When does
These.
Dopey training officially begin?
June 20 something, last week of June.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. You can't really see me winking, but I have sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. And also, that can allude to a future series. Dopeyfornia training for slackers.
Oh, I thought the series was Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
No, that's
Oh, yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge was the song kicking off Dopey training.
So, time for a channel rebrand, guys. Dopeyfornia training for slackers. We don't know how to do it. We're not experts.
No, we're not.
We're not.
We're
So
just guessing.
we are.
We highly encourage you to access the expert advice for actual training if you are interested in that. Many resources available on the interwebs.
But if you're interested in learning how to remain positive in the midst of hard training cycles, we're your dudes and dudettes.
If you want to sharpen your skills on intermittent fueling, or do you even know what that is? There is an episode, link above, where we introduce intermittent fueling. But that's something, especially with the choose our fuel. That's something that we did not offer that for the half marathon or the marathon distance. We'll eat whatever for the 5 or 10K. We want to train our stomachs to be that of iron. So we can eat whatever the heck we want at the Disney place and still
Exactly.
be able to run.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Always the goal. Challenge our
Yes.
GI tract so that we can eat whatever we want
It's
before we run.
Intermittent fueling is a ridiculous concept, but there is some use to
Right?
it.
Exactly. Because you have to train to be able to eat like Morimoto ribs before a marathon. You can't just like show up to that party without practicing. You have to be ready.
That's true, and I don't want to just be eating orange slices on Main Street. But kudos to those who that do.
It's my vacation. I want to enjoy it. And my limit is seafood in a pouch.
You also want to learn how not to take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Like we maintain some dignity most of the time.
I'm also not.
This is running at Disney.
Yeah, I'm also not setting land speed records by any means, so I'm not eating for performance.
Yeah. I mean, it's still running, and it's still it is still a very difficult endeavor for your body. But it's also running at Disney, and it's meant to be fun.
Yes.
Because it's the most magical and or happiest place on Earth.
Oh, we're going to both.
I know.
Oh, oh yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
We're doing
The
coast
most
to coast.
magic happiest. I can't put that together. We'll come up with that
That's
later
the
on.
coast to coast metal I really care
We're
about.
answering the call.
Answer the call. Is that
Both
100?
phones. Magic,
100 song yet?
happy,
I don't know.
magic, happiness.
You probably write it right now.
What's the song?
What is the Disney 100th song sound like?
Taking care of your heart with the people that you love inside the memory of tomorrow. 100
I had a Walt Disney quote right here in the middle of the song.
Anything is possible if you just believe. I know that's not what
to
you
do the
impossible.
Does he say that? Is that him?
Something like
Colors
that.
inside the sky of your rainbow soul.
Friendship and love forever. 100 years
On a star.
100
On your star.
years. There's people in the driveways looking at us.
We're streetmosphere in our neighborhood these days. How'd I do? Is that a good
I
song?
think you wrote the song.
There we go.
So in summary, good folks of the whole internet, we'd like to invite you to join us on this Dopeyfornia adventure as we train or not train these next several months leading up to the the arduous Dopey challenge and the top it off Dumbo challenge, whatever it's called. I don't even know what the themes are.
22.4 miles of
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun while we're there, as long as we train well. And also like to remind you to support Kelsey's Hope Foundation at give.oxenspoon.com. You can get some cool swag there. There's some other experiences that you can take a gander at, and we'll be adding things periodically, so just want to remind you of those things. But until then, summer is upon us. Yeah.
And the Braves just pulled ahead of the Phillies.
Oh, right. I was
Thank
just going
you.
to say something about baseball. Summer is not quite here yet, but we will be pumping out the content here during the summer. So we like to thank you for watching. Pump it up. Pump it up. So, as always, we ask you to like, subscribe, and tell your mom about this.